Welcome to another edition of Mr. Walker's podcast with your host, Mr. Walker, my co-host, Juice. We are back, coming off a great weekend. I'm sure you people enjoyed the podcast with Jazz. Had a lot of fun. She'll be back very soon. But with that being said, I know you people see the background of Juice. The studio is going under construction. There's gonna be some changes made, and just bear with us. But other than that, here we are again. So with that being said, we will go into the topics. You know what? Not the topics, but the current events that we discuss in our neighborhood. So, starting off
is Kyrie Irving. He's one of the best players in the league, but you don't know what Kyrie you're going to get. Now he's talking about he wants to trade. But a few days ago, he said, oh yeah, I want to stay with the Nets. I'm blah, 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 blah. Now all of a sudden you want to trade. And he's looking at the Lakers, the Mavs, maybe the Heat, or whatever. And the trade deadline is on Thursday.
Something might have happened in the back office with him to make him want to get out of there. And like you said earlier, it might not be a situation for him. He might want to lead a team, to be the leader of a team. And people tend to think that it's KD's team. So maybe that might be the reason.
I mean, but he's always kind of taking the back seat. Even that year they won the chip with when he was with Cleveland with LeBron. He had a hell of a series. If it wasn't for him, I don't think Cleveland would have won. But it was still LeBron's team. So, I mean, sometimes you got to play that position, bro.
Some people don't know how to play that position.
That's true. The ego get in the way.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, man. He could play. When he with it for that night, he on.
I wish him the best. Nike even took away his deal. So if you have
that movie thing, right?
Yeah, the movie shit. Yeah. I will tell anyone if you have Kyrie Irving sneakers to hold on to them. But other than that, he is a great player. So I don't know. What else you got for us?
Tyree Nichols. They just had his service, and God bless his soul. And
Al Sharpton spoke with that, right?
Yeah, he did the eulogy. And of course, Crump, he had his words or whatever. I watched most of Al Sharpton. But Al Sharpton can preach. I've met him in person. He preached at my church when I was young. He can preach. Man can preach. My thing is, with the fact that it being 5 black cops, and the investigation didn't even last 2-3 months. They automatically said, oh, we firing them, and then boom. But when it's white cops, and Benjamin Crump said this at a press conference, when it's white cops, they still got killings that they've done of black people where it's still under investigation.
So do you think they should have gotten a different type of treatment because they're black?
No. That's not what I mean. Okay. By far. They got the exact treatment, but the only problem is there's no equality in it. They don't give the white cops that same treatment. White cops don't get that same treatment. They get the investigation to last for a year, and they fight with the union and all of that.
I honestly, I agree with you. I feel like, and I love D.L. Hughley. I gotta shout him out. That's my guy. I wasn't so much of a fan of his earlier comedic stand-up type of thing going on, but now that he's late 50s, I think early 60s. He speaks to me in a different language. And he said something that, you know, kind of hit home. Like, I don't want to say verbatim like what he said, but it was basically like, you know, it's a difference. And like you said, it's a difference in how they treat them versus us. And to expand on that, the coach for the Boston Celtics, I feel like they punished him, and even with Kyrie, they made him jump through hula hoops. Kyrie, right? Gotta apologize to these people. You gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And even with the head coach of the Boston Celtics, humiliated him and his family. Nia Long, the children, they put it all out in the public. And I wonder if they would have did the same thing to a Phil Jackson, Pat Riley. I wonder if they would have did the same thing to them. Nothing but us, our color, that put those asses in the seats. People want to see three-pointer shot from half court and see motherfuckers jumping from the foul line. But yet and still, we make you millions and millions of dollars. If it wasn't us in the league, that should be boring. But when we do something wrong, they punish us to the max.
This coach is not punished to the max, he still has his job. He's just suspended for a year.
Wait. He's punished to the max. What did they do to that man's children? What did they do to Nia Long?
What did he do or what did they do?
But they covered that shit forever and a day. And they made that man go through a lot of shit personally, and he had to go through scrutiny, public scrutiny, right? And have to apologize to certain people. They were supposed to fucking keep that in-house.
No, he did that to himself, especially you're engaged to Nia Long and you fucking stupid.
Nia Long is regular. Nigga.
What side are you on?
Let me tell you something.
Nia Long is regular.
Nigga, she's just an actress. She's an actress. Nigga, I know women that live in a motherfucking projects trying to get out of there that'll kill Nia Long look-wise. It's women that don't have the camera on them that'll kill Nia Long. You basing that off of her being Nia Long. Yes, I love Nia Long. She's pretty. She's a beautiful black woman. But don't sit up here and tell me that you don't see women going to work every day off the bus stop or driving past or stopped at a light that'll kill Nia Long. See, that's the problem. Motherfuckers is like, how could he do that to Nia Long? But at the end of the day, my nigga, she's an actress. She's a black woman. I love Nia Long. Don't get it twisted, my nigga. But nigga, it's other women out there that'll kill Nia Long look-wise. You basing it off of her just being Nia Long. And?
These Chinese motherfuckers trying to take over the goddamn world. With a goddamn balloon.
When I seen that shit on the news, I'm like, why they don't shoot this shit down? Now, okay, it's in Montana. Shoot it down anyway. And they like, oh, it ain't a threat. Bro, y'all been covering this shit for a few days. Get that shit up out the sky. That's just my take. That's just my opinion. You got your own. I would love to hear it.
Let me go to this, and I hope the CIA not watching. There's a school at Fort Benning where I was stationed in the military at one time. I think it's called the School of Americas or whatever. They train foreign people that will be future heads of state in Central America, South America, all over the world. And this is not common knowledge, but you just have to look it up and do your research. And they train them. And that's how they become allies first. and then they become enemies. You ever notice, if you look at the history of the United States, we've always been allies with somebody before they are our enemy. Saddam Hussein had the key to the city of Detroit.
Shoot those balloons out the motherfucking sky. We should not allow people to come here and do what they want to do. Befriend them. It should be limited. And then they go back home and they become generals of the army or sergeants or whatever the case may be, right? All the information that they need to destroy us. Or put a dent in our armor. We are supposed to be, well, that's what they fucking teach us, that we are supposed to be the dominant force. America is the badasses, but in all actuality, we're bullies.
Always happen.
Always happen.
With everybody.
I don't want to go any further. I'm not talking politics or history because my views, yeah. But anyway, what's the next topic?
Before we, that was actually the last update, but I'm going to say this. United States is the only country that has ever dropped a nuke on another country. And you got tons of countries that got nukes. They had them then. The Russians, we had them already, but the Russians were the second ones that had them. That's why they executed Julius and Ethel Rosenberg after her own brother snitched on her and her husband.
So, I was chopping it up with a young man today. He has his first apartment. And he was talking about dating someone that still lives at home. But he was talking about how serious the relationship is between him and the woman or the young lady that he's dating. And he said some interesting shit. Just about the man he needs to be, or even expecting to, or looking forward to taking this young lady out of her parents' home. So with that being said, I pulled something from that. Could you or would you ever date a woman that lives at home?
I have.
At what age?
I don't want to give my age because then it would give her up, but I have a couple of times. But I've dated women with their own spot. But even the girls I dated that didn't have their own spot, they could come to my crib like it was my own spot.
At this age, I don't think I could date a woman that lives at home.
Why not?
Because it's a certain responsibility that I'm looking for in a woman that I believe, I'm not sure that women that live at home have. Now, if you stay at home to take care of your peoples, because they sick or whatever the case may be, and you holding it down, you know, that's one thing. But you just staying at home just because it's cheaper, I'm not sure if that'll make me comfortable enough to like really take you that serious.
So that's more like a responsibility issue for you?
I think at a certain age that, you know, women should. Yo, life is tough, bro. It's tough. And if I'm doing it, you being out on your own, you know what that entails. Like you know the sacrifices and all the other things that you gotta make to live alone, and how hard you gotta actually work. Now, living at home, how much of a responsibility you always got? You still in the nest. You still in the nest, so to speak. Because if you ever fall on your face and you don't have money to feed yourself, to pay rent, you know, your people's got it. It's different when you live by yourself and you gotta fend for yourself. Or you got that much pride where you're like, I'm not going to my people, so I'm gonna figure this shit out.
Okay, so you mean like, let's just say a girl has like her own separate area of the house. It could be a big ass house. And not even a big ass house, but she got her own like kitchen, rooms, bathroom, all that shit. Do you count that as still living at home?
Yes, I do.
Even though that's her own shit, she paid for it, all of that shit.
Yes, I do. Because if all fails, she could probably stay in that part of the house and her people to take care of the bills. And at our age, the house is probably paid off.
More than likely.
Taxes? Water bill, light bill, whatever.
Like with a job, a decent job or whatever.
You still live at home. If you lose your job, shit could still be taken care of. Your loved ones, they love you enough, they're not gonna let you fall on your face. You're gonna still be able to eat. I'm talking about living by yourself, bro, and trying to figure how you gonna fucking eat. It's a difference, champ.
Yeah, it is. But one thing I did learn too, a lot of people, they don't like being by themselves. They do not like being by themselves.
I hate it at times. All fails, I have people that love me, and I'm a hustler by nature. You understand what I'm saying? All I need is a glimpse of light. It could come from any motherfucking where. I'm gonna find that motherfucker, and I'm gonna hustle and get back on my feet. And this might sound crazy, but a gift is a gift. I'm gonna get $1. If all fails, I'm going back to doing what I know how to do. Very easy. The strength behind my family's last name and me being just like a good dude where it's no smut on my name, I can go and get whatever I need to get the money I need. If all fails, that's the gift that was given to me, and that's the fucking morals and street values that I live on to get what I need to get. Nobody ever, you won't hear, the most you will hear is that I kick ass, right? Or some suckers might say like I'm a bully, but motherfuckers that I'm good with, that know me, know like I give the shirt off my back. Bread, I give you money to help you. I do whatever the fuck I could do to help you. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like, fuck the suckers, fuck their opinion.
Well, that's what I was gonna say when you had said that before. Like, fuck when you gotta say if you gotta do what you gotta do, you ain't gonna starve.
Never.
So fuck it. Do what you gotta do. Cause somebody gonna say something regardless anyway. You're doing good, honest, they gonna say something. You're doing bad, still get money, they gonna say something.
So, what are the misconceptions of a woman that stays home? One I could think of off the rip is that she's a bum bitch.
But you said it a little while earlier, like, she might be saving money. That's not bum shit. Bums don't save money.
But it's harder to save money when you're doing it already out your people's crib. It's easy to do it inside your people's crib. Especially when you're not paying any bills or not paying a decent amount of bills. What about a motherfucker that's only making $50,000 in New York, $40,000 in New York? They got a 1-bedroom apartment.
Decent spot? That's not too bad.
What's a decent spot to you though?
You said a 1-bedroom. 1-bedroom, or even just a studio or something.
No kitchen. A studio don't have no kitchen. In somebody's house.
I've never seen a studio without a kitchen, not in a house. In a house, I've always seen a kitchen.
If you are living in somebody's house and you have a studio apartment in somebody's house, It does not, most likely it won't have a kitchen unless they have 2 separate meters. Right? And if it is a kitchen in there, they're not supposed to have that kitchen. And the kitchen consists of...
But it's a separate entrance.
Okay, the kitchen consists of a stove, a sink, a refrigerator. And most likely, that studio is a basement apartment or above somebody's house. It's 2 meters on that house. It's supposed to be.
I've seen one entrance where, but the people that own the crib, they never use that entrance. The person that lived downstairs, she used that entrance and had all of that stove, oven, refrigerator, access to the laundry, to the washer and dryer, all of that, because all that shit was in the basement. I've never seen one, even if it was upstairs, I never seen one where there was no like sink or no stove or oven or something like that.
The other misconception, and we talked about this on another show, fucking in shorty's people's crib while she living at home. I'm fucking. Every chance I get. I'm fucking, right? It's gonna be a sneaky fuck, but I'm gonna fuck you.
Listen, I gotta wait till everybody fall asleep. Once you get a routine, you know, they gotta get up in the morning. Okay, let's rock.
Routine ain't nothing routine when you know shorty, right? You might have brought lunch to her job. Fuck the normal positions. I seen the way that ass looked when I gave her this lunch and she walked away. When I come over later, I'm gonna beat the brakes off this ass. Her grandmother right above me or right under me. Hopefully at that time she took her hearing aid out. And God forbid her daddy lived there.
One particular girl I had the key. So I had a little bullshit ass job at that time.
Was her daddy living at home?
No. But I had relatives.
That makes a difference. That makes a difference.
I've done that before too, but I'm talking about the situation where I had the key, so I didn't have to go there at 11 o'clock. When I got off work, I just go there and just wait for her. No, but sometimes, yeah, when the daddy home, you know, they both home. But if they party, and it's like, yo, they been up there drinking, you know that, right? Oh, so you know they gonna pass out.
So do you think a woman that still lives at home is spoiled?
No, I never, that's your thing, I never said that.
I believe so. Like I said, the obstacles that you gotta go over, you gotta get over living on your own, making sure you eat, making sure your bills are paid, and still getting back and forth to work and clean clothes and all the other shit. When you living at home, you could fall short.
But exactly, fall short. I'm glad you said that, because it could be circumstantial. She might not have the money at that time to do what she needs to do, so she got to stay home to save money. It could be circumstantial.
So at what age?
It depends. It depends on what job she got. Did she go to school? Does she got a degree? Does she got a trade?
You right. Don't say degree. Cause my nigga, you could finish high school and be in a job at a certain age.
I'm just naming.
No, you're right. But I feel like that's a part of even growing up. Going through or getting over those obstacles as an adult. When my mom's kicked me out, bro, I was 21. My mom's, and I was still thugging. You know, I ain't gotta, you know what it is. I ain't gotta go in it. You know what it is. Thugging, I'm selling crack 1,000,000 miles per hour. My mother said, she caught the second or third gun at that time. She said, yo, you want to be an adult, you gotta go, you gotta get out. I went and lived with one aunt that was mean as fuck to me, and lived with another aunt that was mean as fuck to me. And in that time, the hustling shit I put on the back burner and got a regular 9 to 5. I worked 2 of them motherfuckers. Saved every dollar. My aunt came home one day and was like, hey baby, where all your stuff at? I ain't see it in the corner of the house. I said, Auntie, I got my own place. She said, what? Without even telling her. I'm getting the fuck up out of here. The first spot I had was a bathroom, a bedroom. I put a little refrigerator in that motherfucker. And the only food that I could actually eat, I had to go and get from my mom's crib, which she would make, or some shit I would heat up in my microwave. Nigga, that shit felt great to be out on my own, bro. Walking around in my underwear. Like, this is what it felt like? Bro, to have your own place? I wish I could have did this shit years earlier. So the feeling, I would love for every young man to experience that, right? To be out on his own and figure that shit out. After I got comfortable enough, I said I'm gonna work and hustle. So I would love for every young man to experience that. Get out on your own, figure it out. You'll figure it out once you get out on your own, bro. And I thought when my mom's kicked,
have a choice.
You won't have a choice. And when my mom's kicked me out, I thought she was the worst mother in the world.
Teach you so.
It goddamn taught me something. Now look, nigga, look now. Nigga can't tell me nothing. I've been out the crib since I was 21. Now what? On my own. And God's gift, and I hate to put God in it, but I could hustle. And I would expect that from a woman. Like, yo, if I'm dating you, tell me, let me know what it is. Like, I'm gonna be the man that you need me to be, but you gotta show me some sort of like independence.
So like if you saying like if you grinding hard body on both ends, she gotta grind at least half of that. So you think it's more like a step back for you?
What, dating that type of woman? Just give me something. Give me something that I could work with.
That's called security.
And I'll teach you my ways, you teach me yours, and let's blend this shit together to make one big whatever.
Big ass cake or some shit.
Yeah.
It's a recipe.
Yeah.
A recipe.
But living at home and still having that safety net when I've been on my own forever, that shit'll fuck with me, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said before, because if she does understand, it's more like a security thing, a mental security thing. End of the day, you're the protector, but mentally, she could secure you. Like, yo, I get you, baby. I know what it is.
I'm gonna always be the protector. I think that we touched on some great topics tonight. And
I didn't even think it was done. I thought you had more.
I got more, but we gonna save this motherfucker. So, with that being said, we're gonna raise our drinks. And we are going to close out the show with We Rollin' Bitches.